What's up, everyone? It's Quinn here, and welcome back to the DQ Football Frenzy. So this video is for Week 12 and placement of the normal episode we would do. I've been quite busy, and Dylan has been under the weather, so we're just going to give you our predictions here. Dylan should edit his in, I believe.
And Quinn would be correct. What's up, everyone? Dylan's here. Like Quinn said, caught a bad stomach bug earlier this week. Kind of affected me all week, but have to give my predictions out. Apologies for no full episode, but me and Quinn will be back together next week for a special Thanksgiving episode. We promise the long-awaited reunion will be here.
And overall, I went 14-1 last week. I believe Dylan went 13-2. So we disagreed on 3 games. I got 2 right, he got 1. So that math should work out, unless something weird happened. But anyway, so 14-1, best week of the year. Just the Chiefs losing ruined my perfect week, which it happens. But anyway,
let's get to the games. Colts versus the Chiefs. I'm going to go with Indy. If Daniel Jones can limit the turnovers and JT can have himself a day, that Colts defense has been pretty good the past few weeks. And yeah, I think they'll be able to get the win.
So we have the Colts Chiefs. A lot of people picking the Chiefs. I'm going to pick the Colts. I think they've been more consistent team over the season, and I want to choose the Chiefs, but they just burned me, and so maybe I shouldn't just switch, but I am. So Colts.
Seattle at the Titans. Seattle, easy redemption win. Titans are the worst team in football.
Seahawks over Titans.
We got Minnesota at Green Bay. Kind of an interesting one. Josh Jacobs was just reported that he is not playing, and you never know, but I still think Green Bay's the better team. They usually split every year, the Vikings and Packers, but I think this one, the Packers take it despite no Jacobs.
Vikings lose to the Packers, so I have to take the Packers. JJ McCarthy isn't quite what we all thought.
Jets at the Ravens, easy again. Ravens, they're white hot right now, looking like they're probably going to win the AFC North, and the Jets are the Jets.
Jets, Ravens, taking the Ravens.
Giants at the Lions. Jameis is starting again, but I got to go with Detroit to get a bounce back win after their ugly offensive performance last week.
Giants, Lions.
Steelers at the Bears. No Rodgers. We got Rudolph today. And because of that, and just because I think Chicago's a little bit more consistent than the Steelers, I got to say the Bears pull it off in kind of an ugly defensive low-scoring game.
Steelers, Bears. I'm taking the Bears. I don't know why so many people are choosing the Bears over the Steelers. You know, the Bears have been doing well, but the Steelers, I don't think it's that outrageous to pick them. I mean, I considered it, but the Bears are a little more consistent right now, and Aaron Rodgers is out, so I guess that's just my own question.
Patriots at the Bengals. I got to go with the Pats. I mean, they might be, if not the best team in the AFC, one of the best teams in football in general, and the Bengals, Burrow's not playing, and their defense is awful.
Anyway, Patriots, Bengals. Burrow's not playing, even though he was suspected he might, so give me the Patriots.
Browns at the Raiders. Who's the lesser of the two crappy teams? I'm going to go with the Raiders because at least they have a stable-ish quarterback. I know Geno's been terrible this year, but the Browns literally can't figure out who their guy is, so I'm going to go with the Raiders.
Browns, Raiders, probably the hardest game just because they're both bad teams. Browns have a good defense and pretty good run game, but I'm going to take the Raiders at home.
Jags at the Cardinals. This one's interesting because the Jags just can't be consistent. 1 week blow out the Chargers. The next they'll look like crap. You never know, but I'm still going to say the Jags get the win. I still think they could be a playoff team despite no Hunter for the year. The consistency's got to be there.
Jaguars, Cardinals, taking the Jags. Last week it paid off. This week is not as big, but I don't trust the Cardinals.
Eagles at the Cowboys. I'm going to go with Philly to win. I was very hesitant. I wanted to pick Dallas, and they usually do split, and they almost beat them earlier this year, but I just think Philly's defense is going to be too much, and Dallas's defense isn't that impressive.
Eagles, Cowboys. The Eagles winning. I mean, also, it's hard to choose the Cowboys as an Eagles fan. It is in Dallas, so that's fair, but the Cowboys have won only, I believe, a single game in Dallas and tied the other with the Packers. So they aren't doing great at home, which normally they would, but the Eagles' defense has been lights out, especially against the Lions, 450-some yards in the week before, and then you shut them down. beautiful. Anyway,
Falcons at the Saints. Man, with no Penix for the rest of the year, and you got to go with Kirk Cousins. I kind of don't care at this point, but the Falcons at least have a little bit more talent, so I'm going to go with them for the win.
Falcons Saints. This is somewhat tough. The Falcons are really hurt. Saints, I believe, are coming off a bye, so I'm going to take the Saints here. Not my favorite pick, though, to be honest.
Sunday Night Football, Bucks at the Rams. The Bucks are just too injured right now. I got to go with the Rams. Despite them looking a little bit ugly in that Seattle win, I still think they might be the best team in the league right now. And if it was power rankings this week, they would be my number one team.
Bucks Rams. Bucks have been sliding, so I wouldn't be surprised if they said, okay, enough is enough. We're injured, but we're winning this game. But I think the Rams are a little too good right now, at least.
This one's interesting. Panthers at the injured 49ers. I mean, Brock Purdy looked really good last week. I got to go with the Niners just because I can't trust Carolina because, again, they're kind of like the Jags in a way, where one week they look spectacular, the next they look terrible.
And then the Panthers-Niners. I'm taking the Panthers. Niners, they had an easy schedule. The Panthers are getting better, especially this season, so maybe it's a bad choice, but I'm taking the Panthers here.